All right, so good morning, everybody. As you can tell, we are not outside at night. It's early though. It's like still like 6:15 or whatever it is, but thanks to the time change. So again, I apologize for not having a recap last night, not making the stream. I know Kyle kicked ass. I've had a lot of messages of people meaning well and making suggestions and everything like that. To deal with the migraines. Let me just give you a brief history so that you understand what's happening. A lot of you found me after I was able to start streaming and start being consistent with the channel. So a lot of this information might be new to you. But the reason why I had been inconsistent for many years is that I had undiagnosed, but I have systemic Lyme disease, but it went undiagnosed from 2009. In 2009, when I did get it, and I had all of the problems in terms of I was unable to drive, and the vertigo kicked in, and I had slurred speech, and I had all sorts of terrible symptoms, and they thought I had MS. And then they did the brain scan, and it turned out I didn't have MS. But they did not catch the Lyme. This was down in Florida. They did not catch the Lyme. And so I put myself on some diets that were supposed to help if you had MS. And luckily those are diets that help out with Lyme. So I was able to suppress it enough for a number of years. And by suppressed, I mean function. And so when I started the channel, one of the things that the Lyme really kicked my ass on is my eyes. And so I would start getting a lot of headaches because I already worked on eBay, so that's a lot of screen time. And then I just was unable to consistently put out videos because I would just get these migraines. Long story short, met Karen in 2018, my ex-girlfriend. She had a bunch of medical friends, and I went to see a real Lyme doctor and got diagnosed properly. And, that kind of stuff is not cheap. You're talking about a doctor that's about $400 an hour. And so we got me better. Now you don't cure Lyme disease. You suppress it to the point that you're better, but it's still always there. It likes to hide in your organs and hide in your fat tissues and everything like that. So it's an opportunistic organism, which means if you have a period of stress, it can come back. And that's what's happening here. With everything that went down with the dogs, the lack of sleep for those 2 months, and then on top of it with Karen leaving, just all that stress at that one time has unfortunately for me reactivated the Lyme. And, there's certain things that I'm not going to be able to afford to do that I did last time. Treatments that were, $1,500, $2,000 a pop. I'm not going to be able to do that this time. And so what's happening is if I have a day or two where I'm rocking and rolling and I'm making content and I'm listing on eBay and I'm working and I feel good, then my eyes just cannot tolerate it. I have what's called trigeminal neuralgia, which basically means my facial nerves have just been absolutely obliterated from the Lyme. So that's why I've been having these migraines and these problems these last couple of weeks. Now, the good news is that my Lyme doctor has agreed to see me once. Not going to charge me. He's just going to run the tests and get me set up with some things to take, some things to do. He can't just give his services away for free, but there's been things I've helped him out with in the past, so he's going to help me out a little bit. That's probably going to take a week or two to transpire. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel there. Meanwhile, I'm just going to have to sort through what I'm doing for a living. Even when I was better, even when I was healthy, I was mainly focused on the channel, and Kyle did all the listing on eBay. And what's happened now is, Karen left, so we're responsible income-wise 100%. And, the days where I'm listing all day on eBay, and then if I do content and do the live stream and make the recap and do the skits and all of that, within a day or two, my head is just exploding. So that's where we're at. I don't think this is going to be something permanent, but I'm going to have to pick a lane. I'm going to have to pick a lane. Kyle and I need $4,000 a month so we can pay our bills and eat. And whatever I do has to be able to make that. And unfortunately, I'm just not able to do all of my work on the computer. I can't do everything I need to do for eBay and everything I need to do for this channel. And my body's just not allowing me to do it. So, and it never has. It never has. Even when I was better, I wasn't on the computer as much. We were running eBay, but Kyle was doing the listing. I would do the pack and ship, and then I would rest my eyes in the afternoon before the games and all of that. And I'm not able to do that now. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out. I don't know what that is. But in terms of everybody sending me messages and worried about if I'm gonna be okay, I gotta be okay. I just have to sort through what my body is going to let me do to earn a living and what it's not. And I can't, I get into these situations because my attitude is just gut it out. Case in point, when this all started, I had promised that I would have the week 2 NHL fans reaction video out. I drove Kyle to his mom's. I came home. By the time I came home, I was nauseous and had a headache. Instead of resting, I filmed and edited that video so I would put it out. That took 3 hours, and I've been down and out ever since, with the exception of the couple of day games. And the migraine came back in the middle of the second day game. So that's just an example of, I have the mental fortitude to gut it out, but then my body just disallows that. So that's where we're at. I'm not going to do a live today. I'm probably not going to do a live tomorrow. If I can stay off of screens as much as possible, my hope is I can get this dialed down to where I can do the streams and do the recaps on a consistent basis like I'm used to. And then, I don't really want to stop the noon lives, but I gotta make a living. I gotta figure out, like I said, what my body is going to allow me to do is gotta at least pay the bills and make it so we can eat. So that's where we're at. All right, I appreciate everybody's concern. Thank you all for showing up for Kyle, and hopefully I can see you tomorrow night.